Okay, so we're in a little bit of a rush. We're not going anywhere at the moment. We just went down to Merriweather Baths for a very quick swim, which we'll explain a little bit later. We have a live scheduled at 9. I don't think we're going to make it.
We'll be a little bit late if anyone's
We'll
waiting.
be a little bit late, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. We'll just start the live as soon as we get home. Good morning, everyone. It's been a crazy morning. Erica will have probably put in us driving home from the beach. But anyway, what has happened so far this morning? Erica had a little bit of a lie-in. I'd forgotten we'd planned to go for a swim, otherwise I would have woken her up a little bit earlier than what we woke up. We had decided that we wanted to go for a swim because we're trying to introduce cold therapy back into our days. So what we've been doing, just having a normal shower, whether that be hot or cold, and just making it cold at the end. And I've been doing maybe 30 seconds at maximum, nothing big, just so that I end on cold. And then we wanted to introduce going into the ocean for a couple of minutes once a week.
Yeah, and we thought, well, I mean, obviously at the moment...
It's easy. It's
not
summer. It's probably
like
30 degrees early.
But if we started now, then as it goes, hopefully we'll just, slowly go with the seasons, and we'll be doing it in winter with no...
It'll be easier to go into the water in winter because there will be no one else there.
Anyway, we will see. It's funny because it's kind of like someone asked about, in our Q&A, if we'd kept up any of the well-being things. And we were both kind of like, no, we haven't really, blah, blah, blah. And then
I listened to a podcast, I can't even remember what it was, and they were talking about having cold showers, and I was just like, I'm just going to have a cold shower at the end of the... it was Sam Wood talking on Dylan Friends, and he was just saying he just does it cold at the end of his hot shower, and that's what he does. And then at the same time, Erica was listening to Andrew Huberman, which is a much more intense podcast than...
But it wasn't even a podcast about cold therapy. It was a podcast about something completely different. But he just did a little blurb at the start about it, and like this, I don't know if there was perhaps a new study out or something, and he was saying, like, it doesn't even have to be massive...
Like a big thing.
Massive amounts either. So like 11 minutes over a week was shown to have improvements. I mean, obviously what we're doing is not like to scientific level, because the water, our cold shower, not that cold.
It's like, I think it's cooler in the outside temperature sometimes.
But I've just been, unless I'm washing my hair, I just do a completely cold shower.
I've still been having hot because I don't want to take away the enjoyment I have from a hot shower. So I just have a hot shower and then I put the cold on at the end, and that has been working fine. But this is the first real week that we've been doing it, and we wanted to go in the ocean.
And we decided this morning was the time.
I worked yesterday, so it wasn't as easy to do it yesterday. It's Sunday, by the way. So, yeah.
Interestingly as well, though, I feel like with the whole kind of change with diet culture and wellness culture, I just kind of put all that stuff in the same basket and threw it away. And it's like now it's kind of like I want to go through it and pick out the things that are actually
that
helpful,
you enjoy, also that are enjoyable to do.
Enjoyable, helpful, and also like actually proven to help you kind of thing, and see how we go. So that's our little cold update.
And then we made the live about 5 minutes late, but we got
probably
it in.
Longer than that.
I know, it was 7. It said 9:07 when I pressed go live. So that was fine. We did it. It was definitely not our smoothest, best live we've ever done. We appreciate the people that come in every week and talk to us and give us things to talk about. That is now also done. Now I think we will go and have showers and figure out breakfast. Erica needs a coffee, and we will start our day, even though it is well and truly started.
That was quarter
to 10. We've packed a lot into it, but it feels like now we can do what we wanted to do. Feel much more refreshed, showered, much less panicked after the live swim combo. We've had some breakfast, and Erica did a click and collect last night for 12 to 1, and they've just said it's ready. So I'm going to go up and get that, and I'll show you what we got.
We didn't actually end up getting that much stuff on the click and collect because I've got Dan bought some of the frozen wild salmon pieces from Costco, and we've also got some steak in the fridge and a few other veggies and stuff. So we didn't need too much. It was kind of just the essentials.
And we're also going to the Gold Coast next weekend. So we didn't need much. We've got stuff in the freezer. We've got stuff in the fridge. We'll figure it out. There's also salad in the fridge for lunch for me. So
I was just going to show you one thing we did get, which
I'll have to do a taste test of that tonight.
We'll do a taste test after dinner, but this is a new thing from Woolworths. It's available at Woolworths only, I think. So they're like Biscoff kind of Magnum ice creams, which sound delicious. So those popped into our click and collect. I'll show you what else we've got. We don't have much. So I've got some of this complete protein milk, which is what I like to have with my coffee. The tea was on special for half price. So whenever it's at half price is the only time we try and buy it because it's quite expensive. So we've got 2 Lady Grey and a green tea. Some of the cat food that we get for the cats, obviously. This is the yogurt we've been enjoying, the Evia Greek yogurt. It's quite high in protein. And as Dan said on the live, she's been having a tinned peaches run. So we had to get some of those. I got some tomatoes, some crumpets, some chicken because I'm making a Japanese dish that I needed chicken for. I really like these stringers and they were on special, so I just thought I'd grab some. Sour cream, smoked paprika, some pepper. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, the brick things that they give out. Oh my gosh, we've got quite a collection of them now. Is anyone collecting these? I feel like when Woolworths used to do these things all the time, they were so popular and people were swapping them on Facebook and whatnot. We have got a lot of them. We need to find a home. While we were out, we also went to the Asian supermarket at New Lambton, which is awesome. And we're both like, we need to be going here more and getting things. But for the Japanese dish that I'm making, I needed some dashi powder because I'm not going to make dashi stock from scratch, and some cooking sake. So we got some of that. I also just got some of the Japanese curry kind of cubes because we really enjoy those, and hopefully one day the weather will be cooler. Honestly, it's the 19th of March today and it's going to be 37 degrees apparently, which is very unusual for this time of year. We're having a late summer. But yes, better put this all away and then I'll fill you in on my week so far.
So it's been a bit of a life admin day here. I've done a big job for me because I'm a bit hopeless with it, but I ironed a lot of shirts. That's not even all of them. And the ironing basket is empty. I don't know what that thing is in the bottom, but it's not closed. So that probably took me like 2 hours to iron all of those. We were watching Drive to Survive, which we have now finished season 5. If you have not watched Drive to Survive, you don't have to like Formula One to watch it. Erica is not interested in sport really at all, and she now has like favorite drivers, favorite team principals, and blah blah blah. So it's a really good show to watch. There's 5 seasons there if you're looking for something. I'm now going to sit on the couch for a while because I've just been ironing. So we did some rearranging out here. That spot used to have the exercise bike, and we moved the chair that was in the lounge room, just a single chair, to here. And the bike is now in the lounge room, which I'll show you in a second. But Scouty is enjoying the comfy spot, and we moved the bike to here, especially while it's so hot. We're more likely to use it in here with the AC on.
Dan just reminded me of something that I wanted to give an update after our last video, where I was a little bit upset when I came home from the gym. So thank you to everyone for your support. I did actually end up speaking to our trainer that runs the sessions, because on Wednesday I was the only one there. The other 3 people didn't come. So it kind of gave me the opportunity just to say, like, that, you know, it's not anything that they're doing wrong, it's how I'm feeling, but I wanted to let them know. And she said that she hadn't noticed that I was like going slow or anything. And in fact, she said some people are rushing too much, which they're trying to slow them down. And also it was just kind of an unfortunate circumstance where they have kind of set it up for 4 people, so they think they're going to have 2 and 2, and then if one person doesn't come, they kind of she changed the way that it was going to work, kind of thing. So that was, anyway, I've said and I felt better the last couple of weeks. It was just like, I don't know, it was just obviously a day. But thank you for everyone who's commented going, you have to say something. Of course, everyone was on Dan's team. But I did also just want to update on what's been happening here the last week or so. So my dad had a fall, unfortunately. He just got his foot caught on a table. He's doing okay now, but it's a little bit challenging with his dementia. He doesn't really know, think, like if you say to him, are you in pain? I don't know that he understands what that means. So the nursing home were kind of saying, oh, he hasn't said he's in pain. But when he was getting up, like he literally couldn't get up off the bed because his back was in that much pain. And it's kind of like, he doesn't know to say that he's in pain, which is just really, really difficult. And there was a few other issues that happened at the nursing home, which was just a little bit upsetting. And also my grandma, who lives on the Gold Coast, which for anyone who's been around for a while, you would have seen her in a couple of the videos when we visited. She's been quite unwell, and my mum and my sister decided to go up to see her, and my mum asked me to stay here and kind of visit, keep an eye on my dad. And my grandma actually passed away this morning. So we'll be going up to her funeral next week. I mean, she has been unwell for a little while now, and she's 96. So she has been lonely and hopefully now she's not in pain anymore, because she had been in pain for quite a while. Yeah, so it hasn't been a great week here because I've been very worried about Dad and just what's been going on at the nursing home, and obviously worried about my mum who's lost her mum. So, and then on Friday I got a cold. Excuse me, so I'm a little bit congested still, but I'm feeling much better today. On Friday, it was like I was like some sort of snot making machine, and snot, like I couldn't stop the snot coming out of my nose. Yesterday I was just kind of headachy and tired, and Dan was working. It was a Saturday, Dan was working, and I really didn't do much at all. I just lied on the couch. And I started watching a new show that I've been enjoying. I knew Dan wouldn't want to watch it because it's got subtitles. But it's a Japanese show about two young girls that go to become Meiko, or like the apprentice geisha, I guess you would say. And I really enjoyed it, and it was a nice little escape yesterday. And that's where I found this Japanese dish that I'm making for dinner tonight from that show. So if anyone who enjoys Japanese culture, I think it's a really sweet little TV show. It's on Netflix. I could not tell you the name of it. So I'm feeling a little bit better today, which is good, and hopefully tomorrow I'll feel better again. One thing is that I have been sleeping well, which I hate when you get a cold and you just can't sleep because of like your nose blocked or coughing, etc. And because I have asthma, quite often a cold will go to my chest, so hopefully that doesn't happen. So we're heading up to Queensland next weekend, and then the funeral is on Monday.
Hi. I am in charge of doing the rice apparently in the Instant Pot. I've never used the Instant Pot before. I don't cook rice, so this is going to be a disaster.
There was very like long specific directions, so I'm like, this is good. Dad can follow directions.
We'll see.
You had to rinse it and soak
Yeah,
it.
I'm doing that now.
There's a lot of stuff. So I think it's called ayakodon. That's what I'm making, which is basically just chicken and eggs cooked in like a broth, and then you have it over rice. Don is like in a bowl with rice. I think that's what that part means. So the ingredients are pretty basic. I will show you. So it has chicken thighs, onion, eggs, soy sauce, sake to kind of marinate the chicken, I think, mirin, the dashi stock, which is, I think, this is what it is. And then this is like a Japanese chili seasoning that goes on the top. So it's pretty basic ingredients. So we'll see how it goes. So I've just cut up the chicken. There was very specific instructions about how to cut it, which I don't know if I've done it right. And it's marinating in some sake. That was interesting. So there was also a bit of chicken. Obviously, we're only using half the chicken. So Dan just suggested I marinate it with tandoori paste for dinner tomorrow night. So I'm just going to put a bit of tandoori paste and a bit of yogurt, mix that up and pop it in the fridge, and we'll have that for tomorrow night for dinner. So that's our dinner for tomorrow night. Very easy. We actually have 2 tandoori recipes on our website. So we've got tandoori chicken wings and also a tandoori chicken salad, and both of them are kind of just using store-bought tandoori paste and yogurt to marinate the chicken and then baking it in the oven, and they're both really delicious. So if you haven't tried those, you should definitely check them out. How's the rice going?
So there was a lot of washing, rinsing, massaging, like whatever. Now it's soaking, so it needs 20 minutes, and then it's got to stand draining in a fine sieve for 10 minutes, and then it can go in the instant pot. But once it's in the instant pot, it actually doesn't take that long.
Okay.
2 minutes on high pressure, so it's got to get up to pressure. 2 minutes down. High pressure. 10 minutes, come down.
Natural release?
Yes, natural release. And do not let it go past 10 minutes. Release the rest of it and then fluff it up and eat it.
So we're a good couple of hours away. Is that what you're saying?
Not quite.
I'll put my chicken in the fridge.
Not quite.
The cats can't decide where they want to be today because we've got the air conditioning on. We've got doors closed. So we're just opening and closing doors for them. Do you want to be out here, Jemmy? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm going to close this door. Really need to water the garden a bit later as well because we've had a few really hot days in a row. So definitely the lemon tree needs some water at least. I'm sure the rest of the garden would appreciate it. Okay, so I've got my sauce ready. That's the dashi, soy sauce, mirin, etc. Here's the eggs that I had to follow explicit instructions. I don't mind my phone. It also needed Japanese parsley, which we don't have. The substitute was spring onions, which we also don't have. So I've just got some chives out of the garden. This is the chili for on top, and the onions are here. I've just got the chicken in the fridge. You had a few questions on the doobie lacquer today. What do we call it? The live about your park runs. Do you want to give us an update?
Well, yesterday I did Newey again, which is our local one. I worked yesterday, so I was able to do it and then go to work. And with the alphabet, I am at 68% after going to Port Macquarie last weekend and doing Port Macquarie. So I've got a few letters left, but we've got plans for most of them, and some of them we can just do from here at some point when we can. Also, yesterday I did my fastest time all year. I wasn't even that far away from my PB. My PB is 33:44 and I did 34:14, so I was like 30 seconds away. So I feel like as it gets a bit cooler and as I get, because I've been doing some longer runs and some interval kind of running to try and help build my pace. So I feel like I will get that PB in the next maybe month or so. And I want to get under 30. That's the goal. So that I'm a long way away from that yet, but I'm slowly getting there. At the end of last year, I was doing like 37, 38, and now I'm down to like 34. So I'll just got to keep chipping away at it.
Also, both of the cats.
Why they always want to be on the table when we're
here, which is unusual because they normally don't like the air conditioner, which is directly up there, and it's beautiful and cool right here. But I was looking for Scout before. I couldn't even find her. And then when I went out the back, she popped up from who knows where. Hey, Scouty.
And the current temperature outside is 32.
Okay, so it's come down a bit.
So I think we've talked about these Strange Love low-cal sodas before, but we really like them. This one is a double ginger beer. It's really gingery and it is delicious. We bought them online, Erica. We've had them around for ages and we just have them every now and then, but they're really nice when it's quite warm. So we're going to have this with our dinner.
Okay. Coming along here, so I was cooking the chicken and onion in this kind of broth, and then I just put the eggs in, and you're supposed to try and keep them in the middle. and they weren't supposed to be
Scrambled.
it was meant to be, there's white bits and yellow bits, and then there's still some that I've got to put on once this is cooked. Doesn't look that appealing.
I'm sure it's going to taste pretty delicious.
Look at
Nailed
Dan
the
and
rice.
her rice. She's so proud. It's actually pretty easy in the Instant Pot, isn't it?
It was more the wash, rinse. And I'm not entirely sure we had the right rice
No,
because
we definitely didn't.
at the supermarket there was sushi rice, but they didn't have like Japanese short grain rice.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's fine. And now we're going to have to make sushi because we've got that much sushi rice.
Okay. That can be one of our Asian dishes. This is weird. Wonder what happened. Like, I thought the egg and the might kind of fuse together with the broth, but maybe not. Voila!
Are you happy with it? It tastes pretty good.
I haven't tasted it. It doesn't look very appealing to me. Just because the
Very
chicken's,
kind of
yeah, it's
white
kind
and
of
brown
brown.
and beige.
But I'm interested to try it, and we haven't really tried this before, so I'm not sure. I won't put too much on. I don't know how spicy it is, but
What is
here
that?
we go.
Did you talk about that already?
It's like a Japanese kind of chili seasoning.
Oh.
Shichimi togarashi. So I think the idea is you're meant to cook this thing in like a one serving, and then it just slides out on top of the rice. But so it looks a bit different in the picture. The moment of truth. I'm gonna get a bit of chicken, a bit of egg.
Bit of the rice.
Oh, the rice. I can't forget the rice. Bit of everything. It is actually quite flavourful, and it feels very comforting or something, like a chicken noodle soup or something like that. Yum. That was really delicious, and I feel like it was actually really perfect meal if you have a cold. It was just very like warming and comforting, and I will say eating it with this wooden spoon did make it better. I was influenced by it. I saw someone on YouTube eating with spoons like this. And
It was Beryl.
It was Beryl, and I bought them ages ago, and we haven't used them, and this just felt very appropriate, and it did make a difference. So I'm going to go out and water the garden. Is there anything you need to do outside, Dad? Weed?
So.
Weed?
Maybe sweep up the olives.
Oh yeah, that's really annoying. We'll show you what we mean.
I don't know whether it's really clear, but they're getting squashed and everything. So we have an olive tree
We don't.
up there. Next door have an olive tree up there, and it is fruiting at the moment, so it's dropping a lot of olives, and it's kind of marking the pavement and everything. So
Also, they're like kind of trip hazards.
yeah, they're
like...
slippery. There's some of the black ones are really soft. So I'm just going to sweep them up.
Oh God! Wow, good job.
She's like, yeah,
Good
did you all watch
balance.
me do that? Did you all watch me?
How's Oscar going?
Okay, guys, here we are. Biscoff ice cream. Well, first of all, it's smaller than a Magnum. Seems to have like the Biscoff bits in the chocolate on the outside. And in the ice cream, I think, as well.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. And there's like a bit of caramel.
Oh, okay. They've
In
really gone to town with the Biscoff.
Oh, it's pretty Biscoffy in a good way. Hopefully you have enjoyed coming along on our kind of life admin day. If you have, give us a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.